There are 5 common posture deviations that throw people's alignment out of whack and lead to pain and discomfort. Well, we're going to work on correcting those posture deviations one at a time. Today, we start with swayback. Swayback is exaggerated curvature of the spine. There's a forward tilting of your hips and pelvis, pushing them up in front of your head. It gives you that appearance of leaning back in an unnatural way. The forward shift of your pelvis causes an exaggerated inward curve of your lower back or lumbar spine. It also causes exaggerated outward curvature in your upper back. Swayback posture can actually lead to hip and back injuries, not to mention musculoskeletal injuries, particularly in your neck and your shoulders, because they're put in compromised positions due to the unnatural posture of your spine. It also puts pressure on your internal organs, which leads to constipation, heartburn, incontinence, which is loss of bladder control. How do we fix swayback? We want to check in with our body. Take inventory. If your hamstrings and your hip muscles are tight, you want to stretch them. And generally, you're going to find you got weak muscles, your abdominals, your glutes. You want to have exercises to strengthen those. And we're going to do those exercises. But before we get into that, you want to discover what's really causing this. Get to the root of the problem, because you can do these exercises, but if you stop doing them for a while, you're inconsistent, it's going to go back into the default swayback mode. So, is it a spinal abnormality? Did you have an injury in the past? Find out what it is and tend to that so you can really lick this problem. All right, let's get into the exercises. First, the plank is an exercise that's going to strengthen your abs, your glutes, your shoulders, and your upper back. Start by lying face down on the ground. Push yourself up onto your palms and your toes so your body is straight from your head to your ankles. You're going to want to hold this for at least 30 seconds. If you're beginning, it might not be that long, but over time, it'll surpass 30 seconds. And if even this is not possible when you're starting, instead of pushing up to your palms, just push up so your elbows are on the ground. There's the resistance band pull apart, which is great for strengthening your shoulders and your upper back. So stand gripping the resistance band, and you're going to raise your arms so they're parallel with the floor, about shoulder width apart, and grip that tight. With your chest up and your shoulders back, pull the band apart, squeezing your scapula together until your arms are at your side. Then slowly return to start. What's important throughout this whole exercise, as you do 10 to 15 reps, whatever you can handle, is to constantly think about chest up, shoulders back, and down. Keep that position, because so often people do exercises and they aren't intentional about their shoulder movements, and they let their shoulders roll over or they crunch up, and you don't want that. Remember, chest up, shoulders back, and you pinch them together. Another great exercise is the glute bridge. I got a link below because I did that in a previous video. Check that one out. There's some stretches to help counter swayback. There's the thoracic extension on the foam roller. What you're going to do is you're going to lay on your back with your knees bent, soles of your feet on the floor. And you're going to take a foam roller, put it behind your back just beneath your shoulders, and it's resting against your scapula. You're going to extend your arms above your head, keep your neck in a neutral position, and then lower the backs of your shoulders, your scapula, to the floor. While you're doing this, minimize the movement of your lower back. You don't want to feel any pain there. You're engaging your core, and you're feeling the stretch in your upper body as you keep your shoulders back and down. And you're slowly lowering and then touching your head on the floor. Feel that stretch. And you can hold that for 30 seconds, do 2 or 3 sets, and get used to it. Get the feel for it. Train your body to walk as it should. Counterattack that sway back. Let's try the seated hamstring stretch. So sit down on the floor, your legs are extended forward, and pull up one of your legs. Let's take the left foot and bring it up to your inner thigh, okay? And you're already feeling a stretch. Here's where a lot of people go astray. They bend over and curve their lower back and grab their toes. You don't need to do that. Keep your back straight and then lean forward as far as you can. It won't be anywhere near as far as if you were bending your back, but the stretch is more efficient and you're not putting strain on your lower back. At the same time, think about engaging your core when you're leaning forward and feel the stretch in the hamstring. If you're not feeling it in the hamstring, adjust so you do feel it in the hamstring. And anytime you're feeling pain or discomfort in your lower back, adjust your form. If the position with your knee flexed and your foot up against your thigh feels uncomfortable to you, then you could sit on a table or your bed. And you're in the same position, but instead of that leg pushed up against your upper thigh, it's hanging off the side of the bed or the table. And you're going to do the same thing like you did for the last one. And then feel that pull in the hamstring. You can do this exercise standing as well. That might be more convenient. You will need to put your leg up onto something like a coffee table or a chair. So put your heel on that. And you're again going to lean forward, keep your back straight, and you'll feel that stretch in your hamstring. To increase the effectiveness of the stretch, flex your ankle so your toe is coming towards you. Then you'll really feel that pull on your hamstring and your calves. There's a link below to yet another hamstring stretch when you're on your back. Give that one a shot. Here's one I really like. It's a pec stretch. So go to the corner of your room and you're going to put your left hand on one wall and your right hand on the other wall. Step forward with one leg and lean forward as you feel your scapula get pinched together. Okay, so your chest is going forward, your shoulders are back and down, and you'll really feel that pull. Get familiar with how that feels. It's liberating, actually, especially if you've had that sway back deviation with the rounding of the shoulders. Now hold this for about 30 seconds. And don't forget, you don't want to feel strain on your lower back. Keep that mind-body connection. Engage your core, your glutes, your quads. Think about that because you don't want to put undue stress on your knee as you lean forward. The next one's great because you can do it anywhere. You're in the elevator. You're waiting in line at the DMV. You're walking through the park. Just stand, feet shoulder width apart. Put your hands behind your back. Lock your fingers together. Okay, you're pinching your shoulder blades together once again, shoulders back and down, chest out. And as you hoist your chest up, you're pushing your clasped hands down and you're sticking them out and you're really feeling that stretch, which is counteracting that sway back and getting you familiar with how it feels, how good it feels. You now have foundational exercises and stretches to counteract sway back. You're also enhancing your mind-body connection. Invaluable as you move forward. We started with the ankles, we moved up to the knees, now we're at the hips and the lower back. You are becoming more in tune with your body. It's becoming a habit to take inventory, see how you're feeling. Moving forward, you're going to walk as you should in proper alignment.